heart of Seoul, beneath the bustling streets and glowing neon lights, there is a place where countless commuters pass each night. The subway tunnels stretch endlessly, illuminated by cold fluorescent lights that buzz in the silence. But among the shadows and reflections, something is said to be watching. A woman who appears when the last train has departed, standing within the mirrors of the underground station. They call her the woman in the subway mirror. Late one evening, Ji-yeon, a university student, hurried into Line 4 at Haewha Station. The last train had already departed. The platform was empty, and the air was heavy and damp with the smell of metal and dust. As she waited for her phone to load the subway schedule, her eyes drifted to the mirror panels mounted on the far wall. These mirrors were intended to help commuters see around blind corners, but Ji-yeon suddenly felt as if they were watching her instead. Her reflection blinked, just a fraction too late. An old superstition whispers through the city about a woman in white who haunts subway stations after midnight. She is believed to be the spirit of a young woman who died decades ago when the subway was still under construction. Some say she was murdered, while others claim she jumped to her death in despair. Her face is pale, and her long, damp hair clings to her cheeks. Those who meet her gaze in the mirrors of the station are said to vanish without a trace. Ji-yeon had heard these rumors before and used to laugh at them. But now, alone, she felt an icy draft creeping down her spine. Ji-yeon gathered her things, preparing to leave. But then, her reflection didn't move. She froze in place as her reflection stared back at her, lips curved into a faint smile, even though Ji-yeon herself hadn't smiled at all. Slowly, the reflection tilted its head, while Ji-yeon remained still. The mirror woman lifted her hand and pressed it against the glass. Ji-yeon's heart raced as the reflection's eyes rolled upward, revealing nothing but white. The fluorescent lights flickered, and for just a moment, Ji-yeon saw the reflection step out of the mirror, only to vanish when the lights stabilized. Panicking, Ji-yeon ran toward the exit. Her footsteps echoed unnaturally, as though someone was running just behind her. But when she turned, no one was there. She reached the escalator, and the mirrors along the wall stretched upward like 1,000 silent witnesses. In each one, her reflection was distorted. Her body appeared taller and thinner, her face pale, with lips stained red by something that looked like blood. As the escalator carried her upward, the reflections began to move independently. Dozens of pale Ji-yeons turned their heads to look directly at her. Their mouths opened in unison, as if whispering her name. Ji-yeon burst into the street. The night air was cold, but she felt no relief. The glass doors of the station reflected her trembling figure. Behind her reflection stood the woman in white. Her face was inches from Ji-yeon's shoulder, though the street was empty. Slowly, Ji-yeon turned. Nothing. No one. She looked back at the glass, the woman's hand pressed against her reflection, cracking the surface like ice. The last thing Ji-yeon heard was the shattering of glass, before the night swallowed her. To this day, commuters whisper that if you ride the subway past midnight, you should never look too closely at the mirrors. Some say Ji-yeon's face sometimes appears among them now, trapped forever, smiling faintly, waiting for the next traveler to meet her gaze. So if you ever find yourself alone in a Seoul subway after the last train is gone, whatever you do, don't look at the mirrors.